welcome. My name is Drew Clark, and I'm the founder of the Utah Breakfast Club and of counsel at Curtin McConkie. Really grateful to see all of you out here today on this rainy March morning. We at the Utah Breakfast Club are focused on enhancing the state's advantages and confronting challenges. And we've had 3 months.
I don't know that it's necessarily don't go to Silicon Valley, but I think what we're doing is we're spending a lot of time and effort in conjunction with the universities and the business partners in terms of marketing and recruiting nationwide. You know, like Kathy just said, I mean, it's to get talent into the state, we need to be recruiting the talent. They need to understand the diversity of the state, the attractiveness of the state. You know, we talked just a minute ago about some of the educational issues in the state. When you start recruiting high-tech people, education becomes an absolutely critical component of that. And that's K to 20. It's not K-12. It's not higher ed. It's a combination of all of that. And so we really have worked very hard to create these programs that allow us to go out and really recruit on a competitive level at the national level in terms of the education infrastructure in the state. We do have some weaknesses, and we do have some things that we need to overcome, but things like the K-16 Alliance that UVU has created are designed to start making those changes and start to create an environment in which education is now an attraction rather than a deterrent to companies coming in.
Mm-hmm. Break it down into short.
For my children. And I don't know how to put an exact price tag on that, but government pools my demand with the demand of all the other parents in this state, and we pool our resources together through taxes, but then the process of setting salaries and something like that becomes a political process, because I can't dictate how much my children's teachers are paid, because my demand has been aggregated with thousands of other people. So we have to have political processes to set those. And I do worry that our policies that relate to economic development in this state haven't quite turned the corner away from focusing on low costs to the future focus that will be needed of focusing on quality.
That's a good point.
And so we
also support an engineering initiative in higher education to specifically address those talent needs. But in addition to that, Utah has, with limited funding and pilot projects, led the nation. We have the only 2 AU ratings back-to-back by the Digital Learning Now report card, along with Florida, for our investments in technology. We have one of the leading broadband infrastructures for K through 20 in the country, as well as we've had successful pilot programs for pre-kindergarten software, able to elevate their conversations to critical thinking besides just content delivery. And so Utah has been a leader and is continuing to be a leader with small investments that are paying huge dividends.
Oh, thank you for that perspective. It's good to hear a little bit of good news here. I want to ask the panel, sort of, this discussion can be distilled in some ways to 3 questions that I'd ask each of you. You know, what do you say to a high school student graduating who is considering majoring in psychology, right? What do you say to him or her? Secondly, to universities, what do you say to the student who's, you know, 1 or 2 years into college and they've just got an offer from Domo or Instructure to go and work? What do you say to them about, do you leave your university education to go and work for a company? And to the companies, what is your ultimate goal? What would you like to see for the educational pipeline here in Utah? So love any reactions to these questions, 1 or 2 or all 3 of them. Michael.
Okay. All right, so I'm kind of in the middle here for a reason. To the first question, I would ask the student.
But it needs to improve when they think that there are only a few hundred openings. It seems like the institutions of higher education maybe need to bypass that data and go straight to industry to understand what the openings are going to be and what the capacity needs to be. So, you know, I think this issue about measuring skills in addition to degrees is important, but I don't know how to